Hey guys, grab your tea, okay? Because I am spilling the tea on today. Somebody help.
Come on. It's my time. It's my time. Last chance to get these things no lifeline. Don't let it sail out, say no stop my grind. Brighter than the sun, can't be outshined. It's my time.
Hi guys, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, and good night. Whatever time of day it is that you may be watching this video. This is Tanya Gibson Smith. Welcome. If you are new here, and if you are family, then welcome back. So, wait a minute. I gotta take a sip of tea. Y'all. Okay. I have been with Prime Inc. for 1 month. And in that month, I have an opinion. I just don't know what it is. And I think the best way to describe this feeling that I have is, you know, and oh my God, y'all bear with me, okay? Because I really don't even know how I want to even word this or put this. I guess maybe I should just start talking instead of just trying to fix it up. So I came here in December, and today is January 16th. And maybe I should have my dates right. I'll probably put the date up on the screen. Being out here, I've lost track of time. I've lost track of days. I've lost track of everything. My whole thought process has been thrown completely off. And listen, I don't want to get this wrong. I'm not talking bad about Prime, okay? So let me clear that up for all of the trolls that may try to come in my comment section. I'm not talking bad about Prime. I'm just simply sharing my experience thus far. And like I said, it's only been 30 days. Anything is liable to change in the upcoming months or however long that I have to look ahead of me. But this far, okay, and I'm just talking about my own personal experience. I have, oh man, I made a video when I was at CFI. And in that video, I spoke about how important it is to have a relationship with your fleet manager. Now, as I said before, this is not about Prime in general, okay? This is about my personal experience just since I've been here. And I'm a firm believer in your fleet manager can make you or break you. You have a good relationship, then you're gonna run good loads. If you don't have a good relationship, I feel like you're gonna get the bottom of the barrel. Trust me, I know that the loads have been scarce. I know that we're in a freight scare, okay? I get all of that. I know this. But next Sunday, okay, next Sunday, I will be uploading a video just sharing my loads with you guys. I have thus far ran 12 loads. I'm on the 12th one right now. And this load that I'm on right now is by far the best load that I've gotten. I'm gonna show you right here this load right here is one of those loads that make you just say, thank you, Jesus. I believe I got burnt out. Next week, I will upload a video that is showing all 12 loads that I have had in the month, in the 30 days that I've been here at Prime. I'm gonna show you each load, and believe me, each load was paying good. My only problem with these loads was the fact that I would, and you know, don't get me wrong, some people like that, some people like it, and I believe that maybe a man would have liked it. Maybe somebody who has been at Prime long enough would have appreciated it better. But for me, okay, I am a 52-year-old female, and with that being said, I feel like it was a bit much for me, the loads that I've received. All of them was pick them up, put it down, pick it up, put it down, pick it up, put it down, pick it up, put it down. And like I said, somebody else may have appreciated that, but me being a 52-year-old female, I just it was too much for me. Sometimes I drop in the same day and then I head to another one to pick it up, or I pick it up one day and then drop it off the next day, and then pick up something the same day and drop it off the next day, or maybe even 2 days later. Every load that I've had thus far has been that way. Pick it up and put it down, pick it up and put it down. It's just been a lot for me. I haven't had any home time. I didn't take any home time coming from CFI. I came straight over from CFI to Prime with no time in between. I stopped through home during Thanksgiving, which was when I was still at CFI. I stopped through home after I got my truck and just needed to declutter a little bit. And but to actually have time at home where I could just relax, keep my shoes off, and just lay down and not worry about having to get back up, I haven't had that kind of time. Now, God is all-knowing, and you know, I believe that my prayer was answered in a strange kind of way, but it was. I don't take anything for granted. I believe that when I headed up this way, and by the way, I'm in Nebraska, I have been stuck here in a snowstorm since January 10th on my grandson's birthday. And January 11th is when I was actually picking my load up. It wasn't ready. I went to park next door and wait on my load. I woke up into a snow blizzard. So when I woke up into that snow blizzard, I sat from the 11th to the 16th, which is today. So that's why I say the Lord operates in mysterious ways. Thank God that I do have a prayer life, because He heard me. I have been stuck in the snow. I'll put a picture right here. The blizzard came in and just literally covered the streets. I'll put a picture here and show you how all of the streets were closed, all of the roads were closed, all of the highways were closed. Couldn't get out and nobody could get in. And so that was time that I took to just relax and rest. I would get out of the truck, I would go in the Love's, take my showers, grab me a sub out of there, and then I would just grab my remote, turn on the TV, and I just relaxed. I needed that. But this load that I'm on, like I said, is the best load that I've had thus far. It is being picked up here in Nebraska, and I'm going to Florida. So preferably when I get down to Florida, I can hang out down that way a little bit. Right now, it is a blizzard in Texas, I believe. So I hope I don't have to go nowhere near that because I don't want to be stuck again. I'm going to be in the hole with my truck payment. Not just this week, but I'm already in the hole from last week. I was stuck in the snow in Illinois. That load kind of brought me up this way. So I'm already in the negative, and I think being in the negative and seeing how this truck payment works and how this lease works, you know, I'm not as concerned about the snow and the ice as I am about the truck payment. Even when they said that the truck payment would be deferred, actually deferred from the time that you signed your contract. Now, I've heard a lot of people say, don't sign that contract until Wednesday, at least Wednesday, because that is when the week starts. I think I signed mine on a Thursday, which throwed me, I think, backwards. So, yeah, I ended up with a deferred payment in my first week. Now, you know, just so you know, the money is good. The money is good. I'm not complaining about the money. I'm just really, and I don't even think I'm complaining at all. I just want to talk about how tired I've been, how wore out I've been, how drained I have been. Like I said, the Lord said, here, take this blizzard and sit down somewhere. So yeah, I did that, and I feel better. I feel rejuvenated. It's time to roll. Let's talk about the fleet manager situation. On the very first day that I called him, you know, you're gonna get your paperwork, log into your Qualcomm, and gives you your password and your driver code, and then you're gonna have your fleet manager, his name and his phone number, or her name and her phone number. So I called and I was like, hi, this is Tanya. I called his name, just calling to introduce myself to you and let you know that, you know, I appreciate being on your fleet. And his question to me was, how did you get my number? So that was strike number one. I was like, well, they gave it to me after I cleared. His question was, well, why did they give you this number? I said, I don't know why they gave me this number. This is the number they gave me. So this is the number that I called to introduce myself. I said, I would like to meet you if you are here at the terminal. He said, no, he's on home time. And normally, if he was on home time, he wouldn't even be answering the phone. And he just went into this whole big spiel about answering the phone and he's at home and blah, 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 blah. So I listened. I said, okay, well, I apologize for catching you at the wrong time. Will you be back at the terminal anytime soon? Because I would like to meet you. He said, well, I'm supposed to be in Monday, but I don't know. So I was like, okay. Okay. Clearly something is wrong and it's not me. So that was the first thing. The second thing was, you're supposed to do these live loaded calls, and coming from Dry Van, coming from a whole nother company, right? I had no idea about a live loaded call. Well, let me take that back. I knew because I watched plenty of videos where people are doing live loaded calls. I also knew because it was brought up and mentioned in orientation. So I can't say that I didn't know. I did know. I just forgot, right? So I'm riding and I got the message, and I pushed the play button here to hear what the message read, and it said that I didn't do my live loaded call, and it was my fleet manager who sent the message. So I immediately pushed my little button on my headset and asked my headset to call, and he answered the phone. When he answered the phone, I said, "Hi," I called his name. "I'm calling to do my live loaded call." He immediately went into, "Why are you calling this number?" I was like, "Well, you are the one that sent me the message, right?" "I did send you the message, but you're not supposed to call me." I said, "Okay. Well, can you tell me who I'm supposed to call?" And he said, "You're supposed to call dispatch." And I said, "Okay." I said, "Can you tell me the number?" I'm pretty good about remembering a number if I hear it. So I already knew the area code, right? Because we're in Missouri. So I'm thinking, if he could just call out the number. He said, "Well, the number's in your app." I said, "Well, I'm driving and I cannot go into the app while I'm driving." He said, "Well, normally you're supposed to call before you even start driving." I was like, "Oh my gosh." Oh my gosh. I was like, "Okay, sir, I get that, but can you go ahead and just give me the number?" He still wanting to rant and rave and wanted to, I guess, use that moment as a time of lecture. So I let him get it all out, and then I finally said to him, "Okay." I called his name. "The only way that you and I are going to get along is if you talk to me and not at me." I said, "I've been out here a year now, and I'm still a rookie, okay? There's a lot that I do not know, and I am trying to know. I'm here to learn. We are pretty much partners, and if you're my fleet manager, I feel like if there's something that I do not know, tell me. But I feel as though you're talking to me like I'm supposed to know, or like I should know, or almost as if I'm just being hard-headed and not doing what you're asking me to do." So, I had my moment of lecture. And when that was over, he just read off the number to me. He didn't even acknowledge what I said or anything. He was just like, 417, blah, 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 blah. I was like, whoa, okay. So I still had to eventually pull over, because to do a live loaded call, I was supposed to know the weight of my trailer. And I didn't know that. That was my first live loaded call. So I pulled over and I spoke to dispatch and had all of that taken care of. And they were real nice on the other end of the phone. Now, the third time, I called in because I needed to pay my lumper. And he said they'll take a cum data check, or whatever kind of check this is we have, EFS check. And I said, no. They said that they don't take those checks. He said, well, see if they'll take some kind of code. I can't remember what it was. And I told him no. The guy said he specifically only wants this kind of code, or a debit card or a credit card. So he kept going on about this code. Well, normally you use this code and blah, 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 blah. And I'm telling him, listen, the guy said that they do not use this code, and this is the only code that they use, or I can pay with a debit card. I'm standing right in front of the desk, in front of the guy who was telling me. And I asked the guy, do you mind telling my fleet manager what you're telling me? I put my phone on the speaker and I slid my phone under the window, and the guy literally was like, He said, listen, because he heard me saying the same thing. He said, listen, we don't take whatever code it was. We don't take checks. We only take this code, and we only take debit or credit cards. He still wanted to go on and on about this code that he know is supposed to work. So I suggested, hey, why don't you take the funds? Because I saw another video where somebody was at a shipper and they used their Prime card. So I asked for my phone back and I said, hey, you know, called his name. Can you just add the funds onto my Prime card? And I can pay that way. He says, nope, you can't do that. You can't do that. We don't do that here at Prime. Here at Prime, you only have this code and we only use these checks. And, you know, and I said, no. I called his name. I said, no, I'm sorry, but I've seen videos of people who have used these cards. He said, well, I don't know what video you was watching. It's not possible. We don't do that here at Prime. Okay, now I'm getting frustrated. First of all, I'm thinking about this is the third time that you done came at me. That's number one. Number two, I'm thinking about the fact that I'm standing here in front of the shipper and he is waiting to get paid. Other people are in line and you want to mouth battle with me about a code? Are you serious? So I said, listen, can you ask somebody? Is there somebody above you that you can just ask? Because I'm pretty sure that I could swipe my Prime card. Okay, well, we don't do that, like I said, but I'll ask. So he got somebody on the phone, and whoever it was on the phone, he called him on the three-way where we could all hear it. And the lady said, yeah, you can do that. She said, you know, just put the money on the whatever side, on the personal side, and went through the whole thing that we had just went through. So when he hung up with her, he said, well, you know, instead of saying, I apologize, I was wrong, he went into this whole big, well, I know that they used to do such and such and blah, 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 instead of, hey, I was wrong. So we finally got the money on the card. I paid my lumper, and on the fourth go around, I was on my way to get fuel. I was in Illinois, and there is no Loves, no TAs, no pilots around in the area where I was at. When I did my live loaded call, I told dispatch that my fuel level was really, really low, and I asked him if he could open up my card so that I could get fuel at this Shell station. So he was like, sure, I'll open up the card, you can go ahead and fuel up, and if the card closes, if the window closes before you arrive, just call back, and if I don't answer, somebody will answer and have your card reopened. I said, okay. Lo and behold, I gets there and the card was closed. I had to call back. Why did my fleet manager answer the phone? Normally, if I'm calling straight to dispatch would answer, but they didn't. It went straight to my fleet manager. So I said to him, hey, I was calling to have dispatch to reopen my Prime card. He said, well, what do you mean? And I said, I'm out here about to run out of fuel. There's no stops around, and they were opening my card for fuel so that I could fuel at a Shell station. We don't do that here. I said, yeah, yes you do. First, they told us in orientation. Second, I just spoke to dispatch and they told me to just call back if I get here and my card was closed. He said, well, I don't think that you can do that, but I'll go ahead and send you on over there. Wow. I was like, Okay. All right. He sent me over to dispatch. Dispatch answered the phone, opened up my card, and that was the end of the story. Now, let's back up, because after the third time, I said, I've got to get a different fleet manager. Like, this is not working. And mind you, the loads was pick them up, put them down, pick them up, put them down. So I'm being wore out. I'm being talked to any kind of way. I feel like I was just being treated any kind of way all across the board. So I called and I asked about having a new fleet manager. I spoke to an operations manager, and he told me that I had to come in after 4 settlement payments. I could come in and take the H2 class, and then sit down with my fleet manager, sit down with his operations manager, and we could talk. I don't know about what, because once I go that far, then there's no turning back. Here we are working on my 5th settlement, and I'm still in the negative because I've been parked for 6 days. Listen, your fleet manager will make you or break you, one or the other. Between the loads that I've received, like I said, they were all good loads. They were just tiring. I'm used to hopping in my truck and driving for 3 days, 2 days at the least, 4 days at the most, and maybe squeezing 2 loads in. I saw a lot of videos where there were loads being, given that would take a few days to arrive. All of mine was pick it up, put it down, pick it up, put it down. Now, I called one time at night. I spoke to night dispatch. Night dispatch, I asked a question. Am I tripping, or am I the only one that's like getting these pick up and put down, pick up and put down? Why am I not receiving a load, one load that would equal all of the other loads in that week? And maybe 1 or 2 good loads a week, But here I am with 5 loads in 1 week. I might be exaggerating, I don't know. But come on. Oh, it was just wearing me out. It was working on my mental. It was working on my physical. It was working on my financial. It was working on my spiritual. Like, it was just working on me all the way across the board. I'm just saying, like, meet your fleet manager. Get to know the person as much as you can while you are at the terminal. Get an understanding with your fleet manager. Let him know, or her, the money that you're trying to make, the loads that you're trying to run. Let's go back though, because I did talk about night dispatch. So I called night dispatch and I asked, about me, am I being the only one that's being treated this way, yada, yada, yada. She said to me, I'm going to be honest with you. You're new. He does all of the new people that way. I was like, so is this all of the fleet managers, or is it just him and his way of doing things? She said it's just his way of doing things. Now, I'm not going to call his name. I just hope you don't get him. Because, whew, if you don't know Jesus, you will. And if you do, then you're going to question everything. Because, baby, this guy literally had me rethinking everything. Like, Lord, did I hear you? Lord, am I really supposed to be here? Lord, questioning everything. Now, I think I said in another one of my videos that I felt like I was coming in the wrong timing. Everything under the sun has a time and a season, and we must be very careful about when to move, how to move in God's timing and his season. And I do believe that I came at the wrong time. I do believe that I should have waited and come in January. I think I would have been put on another fleet, and I probably would not have lost, I probably would not have lost my drive, my zeal, my fortitude, because I've been so drained and so worn out. I've been so overwhelmed with this load, that load, this load, that load, this load, that load, this load, that load. No home time, okay? I've been stuck in 2 blizzards, and I feel like I've been treated unfairly as a new person to Prime, just from one person. One person. Prime is a good company, and I thank God for Prime. I know that I'm supposed to be here. I think my disobedience is what got me feeling the way that I feel as far as the timing that I came. So, just to be clear, as I said at the beginning of this video, I'm not bashing Prime. I'm not talking bad about Prime at all. But I am concerned with the person that I've been mated with. My trucking journey thus far has been fun and exciting. I've had the desire to create content. I've had the desire to pull out my camera. I was so excited I even went and bought a GoPro. Like, I was just so on fire for trucking. And now I just don't know how I feel. I don't know how I feel. And I know that many will say, oh, don't let one person change you or make you feel da da da. But, you know, when you are away from your entire family and you only came out here for your family in the beginning, and now I've been put in a position to where not only am I not feeding my family, I'm not even feeding myself. So, yeah, I think once we get past this blizzard, my settlements will pick up. Maybe this load that I'm on now will pull me out of the hole, and maybe I can get ahead, but I don't know. I thank God for the phone calls that I've had and the conversations that I've had during these 6 days. It has really opened me up and made me think and look at where I really want to be and what I'm doing and why I'm doing it. So, yeah. What I'm not here to do is make a truck payment alone. Okay? I'm not here to do that alone. I'm here to get profit off of that. So, I don't mind a truck payment. But that's not all I'm here to do, in other words. So, I don't know, guys. I'm going to keep creating content. I'm going to keep sharing my experience. I'm going to keep telling you how I feel. And I don't know. If you work for Prime or whatever company you work for and you've had issues with your fleet manager, just talk to me in the comment section below. Tell me your experience. Tell me what happened to you, and you know, how you got past it, how you dealt with it, how you fixed it. Me personally, this is the first time that I've ever had to deal with it, and then to have to go to Prime and take a class and have a meeting and do all of this stuff to get moved off of this fleet is a lot, especially when I've been down for 2 weeks from a snow blizzard. So I don't know. You guys talk to me down below, and maybe my decision will already be made before I even upload this video, as you guys know. And some of you may not know that I schedule my videos out. I've been doing that since I was at Hirschback. That's where I trained at. And yeah, my videos are pretty much scheduled out. So like I said, today is January 16th. I came the first couple of weeks of December, and I've been here a month. So this is basically my month review. I'm spilling the tea. Yeah, so stay tuned to the next week. You will see all 12 of my loads. I'm gonna do a ride along and just post all 12 of my loads every minute for 12 minutes. So thank you all for watching, and God bless.
My time, I know you